following high-definition presentation of Beacon Sports is brought to you by Beacon Academy, an elite group of students destined to bring you the future of better broadcasting.
And the final game here of the second day of some Hinkle Holiday Classic brought to you by Meyer brings us Jacobs taking on Johnsburg. Hi everyone, so glad to be with us for the conclusion of the second day. Alex Giannakopoulos alongside Tom Bozikis, an all-Greek broadcast.
There you go.
As the 9-1 Jacobs Eagles, Golden Eagles rather, host Johnsburg at 5-4. Tough first possession as Johnsburg takes over. Unsuccessful in their campaign against Jefferson on Saturday. And some tight defense coming up from Adam Kerr. This team in the Golden Eagles put away Bartlett 60-48 on Saturday, so A victorious team in the Golden Eagles and not so in Johnsburg. Some tight D on the perimeter shown by the black and gold.
Yeah, they played some tight D against Bartlett the other day, too.
That jump shot will fall for number 31, Mike Shelton. Actually playing some tight D, and speaking of tight D, a turnover in favor of the Eagles, and Shelton gets a jump shot and misses a layup. Quick, fast break. On the dribble drive there was Ryan Phillips. Phillips in his last contest had 5 in that Bartlett victory.
We got a substitution already coming in. Connor Dietrich is coming in for, oh, I'm sorry, correction there. It's Nick Balcom for Jacobs.
And that jump shot will be no good. That was deep. And Balcom will get the rebound.
Another 3, a little sloppy play under the board there.
Yeah, same location though, and he can't hit it twice. And that one's going to be called against Johnsburg. So only
they called a foul on that one, so Jacobs will get that ball back under the boards.
2-0 lead, only damage has been a Mike Shelton jump shot. And that one will also be called against Johnsburg, so 2 quick fouls early on in tonight's action.
These referees are keeping their whistles in their mouth today. Earlier they kind of let them play a little bit and had some fun.
Yeah, been a long minute and a half so far, is a lot of stoppage. So early in the game, the 3 will be no good. That one coming from number 32. And we'll see what happens as it's going to be blown dead on the pass. That was an outlet intended for number 21, Joe Bain, but before that pass would get off, the foul was called. Deep pass.
Yeah, they're trying to set something up here, trying to slow down this pace, I think. I don't think they're going to be able to run toe-to-toe with Jacobs.
Very tight D, as you mentioned, from Jacobs. Is they're going to try to find some hole in the zone, try to get something going. The 3 is up, and no good from Mike Shelton. Bit of a battle for the rebound there, but that'll be called against 12, Tanner Kriesick.
Bryce Jordan's coming in for Jacobs now. And Eric Stark's going to have a seat.
Some early substitutions we've seen from Jacobs. Only 2 minutes in, we've already seen 2 swaps. So
yeah.
Very active bench in this Golden Eagles team.
Well, the way the refs have blown that whistle, we don't want to get anybody in foul trouble.
And the fight for the loose ball. And here comes Johnsburg. A little too quick there, and we'll have to give that one right back. And it's already been 2.5 minutes passing, and we only have amounted for 2 points total for both sides. Take a look at the Jacobs bench there. As you mentioned, the early trouble, Nick Balcom will sit down. Cooper Schwartz bringing the ball up. Both teams have been known to do a lot offensively. This is keep in mind, a team in the Golden Eagles that put up 60 just 2 days ago, but have had a hard time getting 1 point on the board in the first quarter.
Another 3.
No good there, too.
Off the rim there. Bouncing around and again out of bounds.
Yeah, Tom, nothing really landing for this Jacobs team right now.
Yeah, I think they might need to slow it down a little bit, get an open man, look for the shots, take their time. And that's what helped them get past Bartlett. You
mentioned they put up a lot of deep threes. Nice trap there. A good job working out of it. Ooh, inside feed as the pass was sent out. The second, Tanner Kriesick was cutting. And speaking of errant passes, there's one, too. It's even impromptu 2-on-2 fast break, but taking it himself will be Kriesick. He can't connect there.
A lot of sloppy play. They need to slow this pace down, take control of this game.
You know, I think Kriesick could have passed or slowed up a little bit there. And a travel there, yeah. He picked up his pivot foot in Cooper Schwartz. Schwartz, though, we mentioned earlier, with 5 in that victory against Bartlett with an early 3-pointer. Take a look at that Jacobs bench. I mentioned how active it's been so far in this quarter. We had tight trap D, and you saw right there, Joe Bain couldn't work out of it. We're getting a jump ball. How about that trap defense we've seen from Jacobs? They did a good job cutting off the court.
Yeah, they do, and they just put that double team in there. I think they kind of startled Johnsburg right there, and kind of couldn't get that ball out to an open man.
So with the inbound pass, that one intended for Kriesig, but is cut off. A lot of turnovers so far. As you mentioned, sloppy play we've seen so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, now this is where they need to take it around the horn, work it around, look for that open man, and take the shot.
So with a quick inside cut, a fight at the baseline, and we'll see Ryan Phillips give that one up. So another turnover for both sides. And as we see,
Bryce Smith for Johnsburg's coming in now.
And Nick Balcom's coming in for the Golden Eagles. Saw him come in early, but I believe there's some trouble. Nick Balcom, he's a sophomore at 6'2". Another quick trap, and that's going to force an errant pass that'll be corralled by Johnsburg. With the drive, the one-hander is good, and that falls for Mike Shelton. That's his second field goal of the day. It's a 4-0 ball game. Mike Shelton is accountable for every point both teams have put on the board, and there's 3:20 left in the first quarter. Right now, going around the horn. The swing pass and the fake creates a runner, and that will fall.
That was a nice move.
Mason Materna hits that one and gets the first point for Jacobs. And with the fake, trying to work around.
Johnsburg's looking, trying to see that open man to try to go for that long ball shot.
Yeah, they have to watch out for that trap, that double team that's gotten them so far. A layup attempt, no good by Shelton. And they're going to try to run it, and by they, I just mean number 32, Nick Balcom. But he will run right into a wall and get charged.
Yeah. He was all set in play. And he just kind of went, try to go over him.
That was a great effort, getting set by Bryce Smith. Inside pass, but he meets a whole lot of defense in the paint. Jump shot from the free throw line will fall, and that'll come from Tanner Kriesig. So 6-2 is the score, 2:13 left. And Johnsburg has kind of woken up a little bit. Working the perimeter.
Tell you, they're not really using their big man underneath that much. He's a big asset on the defensive end there. He's been pulling down some boards. And again, another turnover. I think we got a foul on that one.
Yeah, so you're talking about number 24, Cameron Cutwig, a junior at 6'8", 250.
Big boy.
That's a very large 16, 17-year-old.
That's a big boy. And, you know, they just showed, the benches. Coaches don't look too concerned with this low-scoring game to start this first quarter.
Yeah, you know, I think the biggest concern on both ends has to be turnovers. I think Jacobs should be proud of their trap. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
They've done a good job cutting off the court, but at the same time, they should be a little more concerned with turnovers than the overall score. I think that comes with turnovers. That three is good, and that one will be drained by number 12, Cooper Schwartz on the three. Quick turnover, it's coming up, Jacobs. That one falls.
Second one right from the same spot.
Quick case of deja vu as Cooper Schwartz gets a quick 6. And just like that, it's an 8-6 ball game in favor of Jacobs. And the three will not be answered. That attempt no good, coming from number 31, Mike Shelton. He's been accountable for 4 points today, though.
Yeah, they're trying to speed this game up again.
We'll see who.
Jacobs.
That three falls. So the fireworks have come out a little bit as we see Bryce Smith come away with the three. You mentioned with the faster pace, we think we see more points at the board, more three-pointers.
Yeah.
8-9.
I don't know. If I was Jacobs, I'd try to get that Schwartz kid down underneath again. He was hot 2 in a row.
Let's see what.
Now they got him up top of the key up there.
Trying to get him open is a definite prerogative as we have 25 seconds left.
Looks like he's going to quarterback that team and try to take it all the way down to the last shot of the quarter.
With no shot clock, he can certainly do that. It looks just like it. We'll see if they're going to try to get the hot hand open.
Right. And as long as they keep that ball moving, they can hold on to it all day.
There it is. Oh, off the back iron and no good. We were talking about that was just what they wanted to do.
Exactly. We've got 5.3 left in this first quarter.
And what started off as a very slow quarter bounced back with a healthy amount of threes from both ends.
Well, we got Cooper. We've got Tanner coming off, taking a break and a rest there. And Johnsburg made a couple substitutions also. Brought in Daniel Kelly.
And the runner will not fall. The putback, just misses the bell.
And that was Daniel Kelly, that was Jacobson's Ryan Phillip, who just followed his own shot in. That's very smart of him to follow his own shot. And I don't know, these coaches are probably telling him, hey, we got to slow down the pace a little bit, work that trap. Our D's been working, and don't get into a run and gun with them.
So we talked about the play of Cooper Schwartz. He's got 6 and leads all in scoring. What would you do to get him open if you're Jacobs? Because he's got to be the hot hand right now.
Yeah. And I think from the far side, for where we're at, the left side of the court is where he was hot. He's missed 2 from the near side of us. One baseline, and then one a little bit around the top of the key there. So the left side is definitely his area, and I would try to get him in that corner and just let him go.
See some Jacobs faithful, as certainly is more of a home game for them, and they've hosted this tournament last year. It's becomes a tradition here at the Holiday Classic, brought to you by Meyer. And looking at both individual players that lead their team in scoring, it's Mike Shelton with 4 for Johnsburg, and Cooper Schwartz with 6. So still a very low scoring game, although we saw some threes from Bryce Smith and Cooper Schwartz.
All right, we're getting ready for the next 8. And Jacobs is going to bring it in.
And with the feeling out process out of the way, I do think we'll see a bit of a higher score here. I think it was more of like a feeling out process.
I agree. I think they want to see what they're going to throw at them defensively and offensively.
So 3 will connect. And that one, Ryan Phillips.
Yeah, that new, he just came into the game.
You got to look at the arsenal this Jacobs team has, as that layup no good from McMillan Joe Bain. That's going to be the second player that hit a 3 in this game. That bounce will be out to another 3 and no good, but you have to like the looks Jacobs is getting.
Oh yeah, they're definitely leaving someone open in that corner.
That 3 falls, and that's Bryce Smith. So 2 players on both teams, or 1 player rather on both teams, have 2 threes. Bryce Smith keeping his team in it with a shot from downtown. And that's another 3, as it's just a shooting gallery on both ends. Schwartz hits that one.
That's 9 for him.
And gives his team a 2-point lead. Ooh, nice layup, but not a pretty finish. And it's going to be a 4-on-3 fast break. Another 3, as you got to like how Jacobs is feeling.
Yeah, they're getting a little, feeling confident with that 3.
Pulling up on a lot of fast breaks, delivering with the 3. As we see Jordan down low, get that one back up, and here comes the drive. He'll draw the foul as Mike Shelton couldn't come away with the and one opportunity. And this will surprisingly be the first free throw attempt from either side. We've gone the first quarter without any visits to the charity stripe. As that free throw connects.
That's the first free throws we're seeing anybody take right now.
And we will then, with that free throw, come to a one-point ball game as Joe Bain gets his first points of the game. Can't make it 2. Oh, huge pass to Schwartz. And just some very quick passes. That one's rifled into the corner for 3. No good.
Not gonna drop. Again, it's that run and gun now they're trying to do. Slow it up a little bit, Johnsburg, and you might be able to control the pace of this game.
Cooper Schwartz with 3 threes in the ball game.
That was a good defensive play. They got all ball on that one. I think Johnsburg was looking for a foul there, but that was a pretty decent block.
Yeah, good stop there, no question. Ooh, tight D on the inbound. Almost took it away there from Nick Whitting. He'll get it back. 5:34 left in second quarter action. Trying to create something is Tanner Christick. He'll put the jump shot up. It'll rattle around, but won't fall for him. And again, look at how quick these passes are for Jacobs. It's like it's rifled out of their hands.
You know, we're talking about the big man, Cameron Kurtberg underneath. That's his 6th rebound.
Yeah, Kurtberg has been an absolute force down low, and when he has that size advantage, as that one is good, coming off the hand of Bryce Jordan. And the tip will come off the hands of number 15 there, Bryce Smith. When you talk about just the size, you mentioned 250, 6'8".
He's definitely a presence under there, and he's showing it today.
Absolutely, getting those rebounds, and you don't see it as a highlight reel, but he's got some pretty good off-ball screens that get those shooters open. See, Adam Kale steps back in for the Golden Eagles. He has the ball right now. There's the screens we're talking about. And Schwartz tries to make his own shot. The layup no good, but it'll be deflected back out to Kale, and they get another shot at it.
Yeah, Schwartz didn't see there was a man open in the corner for that 3. Again, they're giving him that shot. I'd say let's take it.
Oh, picked off there. That was an errant pass from Lone Nelson. And another interception. Eagles getting it back. That's the consequences of that fast-paced offense. So, Tom, it looked like Jacobs was going to run away with it earlier on.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, stupid mistakes that turnovers are going to kill them.
What have the Spartans done to try to fight their way back in it?
Well, I think when they tried to do that run and gun with them, they were somewhat successful. But then again, they got sloppy too, and then it's back and forth with the turnovers. But here is Cameron with his first free throw attempt, and knocks that down.
So on the free throw, Cooper Schwartz hits his first one. Schwartz for the night, that's his 10th point. So team that has collective 15, all but 5 belong to Cooper Schwartz. And is good on the second. So Schwartz perfect from the line, and that's his team's first trip to the free throw line. We saw Johnsburg getting one earlier. And working their way to the trap. Good passes to avoid the trap, and that creates the open shot, and it's capitalized. A huge 3 coming from Bryce Smith. That's going to be his 3rd 3 of the night.
Yeah, he's had 2 so far this quarter. He's their hot hand now for Johnsburg.
And the three is up, no
It
good.
looked like it was deflected.
Yeah, trying to answer a little bit, but some good D and reacting to the open man and closing that gap quickly. You see Schwartz not happy with that last possession.
Yeah, I definitely think someone actually tipped it on its way up there. That's why it was a little short.
As Cooper Schwartz, he's responsible for 5 this quarter.
3:33 left.
And you mentioned it, a very close game, neck and neck. As Jacobs looked to get the heavy hand quick, but Johnsburg responded with authority.
Yeah, they kind of pulled off that trap a little bit now, and Johnsburg is definitely moving the ball around.
I think you saw with the passing they had to open that trap up, they're going to back off it because they did give Bryce Smith a pretty open look.
He was wide open, yeah.
Taking it himself and getting denied by the big guy, Nick Balcom.
And again, that Cameron kid stepped up again.
Looking for the corner 3, but I think he'll think better of it. As Ryan Phillips comes in tonight with 3. Inside pass, out to Phillips, he shoots. No good. 2:34 left in the first half. A 2-point deficit faced by Johnsburg. Didn't try to get in the screen. We see Smith back out. Now he's very tightly defended by Kale. They're looking out for that 3-point game. And Smith with a deep 3, and that one off the glass. That one right by the sideline. A very deep look there. I think that was a heat check. The hand check goes uncalled. Kale, top of the key, and the Eagles have been missing their last few looks, including that one coming.
Yeah, I don't think they've had a point in the last 3 minutes.
And Mason Materna with that miss. He's only had 2 for the night. Trapped at the baseline, so they're going to feed that one out. So we saw early fireworks this quarter. Both teams have kind of simmered down a little bit. And, losing the ball and taking a tumble. But it looks like Smith's okay. Favoring his left leg initially. But he seems to be all right. And take a quick look there at Nick Whitting. Not anything going on tonight, but he had 9 against Jefferson that last game.
So with 1:10 roughly left in this first half, what do you think they're going to try to do?
We'll see what they can do with that 3 as they hit it there. Ryan Phillips from downtown. But that being said, very interesting because I do like the looks that Jacobs is getting. I don't think they're just able to hit him. I like the routine of getting the open man through the inside pass. It's a nice strategy. It just hasn't been hitting recently as that 3 misses. So for Jacobs, I would say more of the same. As here.
I think they're trying to rush the shots. That's why they're not dropping those things. When they take the shots and they had some time to look at it, they're going down.
Yeah, that's fair. It's tough because they were doing a very similar thing that was working for them in that first quarter with those 3s coming from Cooper Schwartz. But when you live by the 3, you die by a 3 is the old adage. There's some nice work inside. That one connects for Materna. And, I would say I wouldn't mind seeing more of that, some inside looks. As another block comes from the big guy, Cameron Kurtwood.
Yeah. And now Johnson's going to try to set something up with the last 29 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, they definitely want to end and try to cut into this 3-point deficit with a strong play to hopefully get some momentum they can carry over into that second quarter. Of half, rather. Bobbled catch there, but corralling it will be Joe Bain. And taking himself is winning, no good.
And the big man again coming up with the board.
They left a lot of time on the clock for Jacobs to do what they want.
Now let's see him set up and try to either drain that 3 or get that open shot.
And the crowd counting down, reminding the team the alley-oop will be just brought down and put back up. And with that, they get and 1.
Phillips gets that one. And Phillips to go to the line. This is the I believe it's his second trip to the line.
A very pretty play to get Phillips to come around, lose his man, and go up for what was an alley-oop, I thought, or a high catch and shoot. The N1 is no good for Ryan Phillips. And the long haul won't fall. So we end this first quarter 23-18 in favor of the Golden Eagles. I count the numbers. Tom, what did you see from both ends, and what explains this 5-point Jacobs lead?
I think I saw a lot of sloppy play at the beginning, and I think that, again, part of it is they're feeling each other out. Right now, I think the coaches are going to sit down and talk to them in the locker room and say, hey, listen, here's what we need to do. We need to slow this game down. We need to look for the open man. They're giving us the corners, so let's take those shots. If we're hot and we start dropping them, they're going to come up, which is going to open up the underneath for the easy two-bucket underneath, and they can get that big man involved on the offensive side.
So taking a look at the numbers, the two leaders from each side, Bryce Smith has 12 only on three-pointers, and Cooper Schwartz has had a very active day at the office too. He comes in with 11 on the first half. We'll take a quick break as both teams fight back and forth from downtown, but one enjoys a 5-point lead, and that is the home team in Jacobs. We will be right back for the second half of action after a quick break. 23-18 is the score, Jacobs. come back to the last half of Monday's Hinkle Holiday Classic action. Once again, it's brought to you by Beacon Broadcaster and myself, Alex Giacopoulos, alongside Tom Bozikas. Johnsburg enjoys a 5-point lead, and with that layup
and a foul.
Turned foul, it might be a higher point lead.
Well, let's see what kind of game they're going to come out with after having some time to talk with their coaches and see what kind of adjustments each side has made, and hopefully we'll get some control over this game here.
Well, Johnsburg has weathered the storm pretty well. Those pretty quick threes as Nick Woody makes his first free throw. Those quick threes in that first quarter, they've taken good control of that. And that second free throw hits. It's 23-20 in favor of the Eagles. So look on the perimeter, you see an emphasis of tighter outside D to prevent those threes. We'll see if that continues throughout this half.
Looks like Johnsburg is trying their own type of a trap down here at this end to see how they can compete against their the Jacobs trap.
And a very active Jacobs cheering squad coming on the baseline. And a deep pass will bring this one in. So 7:11 left in the third quarter.
Another turnover.
Yeah, another turnover is right. Let's see what Wooding and the Spartans can do here. The outlet pass will go for the three, and Lone Nelson connects from downtown to tie this game up at 23. Lone Nelson, a hot hand usually. He had 11 last night, or Saturday rather, but and a three connects on the other end. Eric Stark answers right back with a three of his own. As I was saying, a bit quiet has been Nelson. Just getting on the scoreboard with that three. So teams trade threes. We had no question that they could. A very skilled, ranged team on both ends.
Oh yeah, they want to now, I think they might live and die by that three-pointer again.
And here comes
that
Johnsburg.
will definitely hurt him.
Addition drive was picked off. Not fully getting a grip of that was Joe Bain. And pass just over the heads, and there was another open look, but good job closing off by the Spartans. And here comes the break. Deep outlet pass to Whitting. He puts it up and airballs that one. Over and back foul. That will be in favor of the Eagles. 26-23. Favor of the Golden Eagles. There have been 3 different Golden Eagles that have connected from downtown so far.
Yeah, they definitely made some adjustments. I think Johnsburg has definitely tightened up their defense a little bit.
And the deep three, that one from Ryan Phillips, no good, but the rebound was corralled by Cameron Frutic. A perimeter heavy game going on. Trying to get open. Pass over once more. Phillips misses 2 on this possession and turns it over. Here comes the Spartans, losing it this Whitting. He passes it out, but will not take on the 3 opportunity. And a lot of outlet passes here. The open look off the back iron, no good for the Spartans. That attempt put up by number 31.
And again, that big man on charge again.
Mike Shelton with the miss, and another turnover. So again, it's a very similar idea of a lot of points early on and then kind of settling down on both ends. We start out with 2 threes, the way up. We sent.
You know, I think these teams are trying to mirror each other on their defensive play here. Johnsburg's now turned into that a little bit of a trap on him, and it seems to be working.
I would agree. Two very similar strategies of trying to pass through the zone and get the open man. So both teams have kind of adopted either a tight perimeter or a trap mentality. And we've seen the comparatively low score of what these teams have been putting up in other games and contests.
Yeah, it's a pretty low-scoring game compared to their first game against Bartlett.
Oh, a nice feed, and that'll be easy for Nick Balcom. He'll get on the board for the first time, the big guy, as he cut around for an inside look. A feed, he'll meet a big down low, and the ball will just keep moving. A layup by Whitting, no good. The rebound also no good. We're talking about how good they are down low. There's some great D. Interesting choice. I mean,
off the foot of 21, Joe Bean. And Johnsburg will take it at half court.
I saw Nick Balcom go for a layup, but I think he had an open look with number 12 on the sideline. That would be Cooper Schwartz, looking for a three in the corner. Didn't take on it though. Cutting around, trying to find a way to pass through this zone. Schwartz putting him a pump fake. He's been cold as of recent, but certainly hot in that first half. And he'll take the three. No good by Schwartz.
And there's that big man underneath again.
Yeah, he found a way to fight through three guys and draw a foul.
Yes.
And there he is, number 24, Cameron Kurtwig, the junior. Kurtwig off the scorecard, but I don't think he can be denied in his defense and rebounds. He's been a force. And then pass over to Schwartz. Great job to react to that, but the three will be shot and no good on the three. That was Adam Kale.
Yeah, you notice no one under the boards for that one.
They started Kale, but he hasn't seen a lot of action on the court. That one no good. Rebound, Tim Randall. A hard time with that one. So both teams now missing deep looks, and it's an old adage, but you live by the three, you die by the three. Kale, that one intended for Kurtwig, but good job by the Spartans to pick that one off. And we'll see a substitution for the Spartans. Coming in for the red and blue is number 20, Bryce Jordan. He's got 2 for the day. And also coming in will be number 31, Mike Shelton. A hot hand early on with 2 in the first quarter, 4 rather in the first quarter. It's been quiet since. We'll also see enter in for the Golden Eagles for the first time, number 22. Sorry, not the first time, Mason Turner. Swing out to Schwartz. Turner, top of the key, we'll see what they do here. Inside. And a nice outside pass. That's easy for Materna. A great assist coming from Kurtwig.
And that's his first one of the night, I believe, for Warren. I'm sorry, that's his 6th point of the night for Materna.
Materna been good inside. He's more of an offensive presence in the big. And we'll see a quick timeout as the Golden Eagles extend their lead out to 7. It's been a pretty quiet quarter for Johnsburg. You look at what they've done this quarter, it's pretty much that 3 coming out from Eric Stark, and then a 2 free throw effort from Nick Whitting. But outside of that, what has this Golden Eagles team done? Not only to put up the 3 we've seen from Nelson, the 2s from Materna and Balcom, but also to lock down a very dangerous, deep Spartan team.
Well, I don't think they're letting him, I don't think the Johnsburg's trap is working as well as the first up and down of the court. You know, with 2:31 left in this third quarter, I think Johnsburg, has to regroup and figure out what worked in the first part of that and what's not working. And Jacobs just has to play their game.
Do you think Johnsburg should look for different looks on the court, or are the 3s just not falling?
I think they should look for someone underneath. They're utilizing the inside the paint much at all.
And certainly losing the size battle. We've seen Materna and Kurtwick do a great job down low, blocking there. That'll go against Kurtwick. Not giving him a lot of room on that sideline.
Definitely not.
And Bryce Smith, been the 12 points in that first half. He's been the spark plug this team has needed to.
Well, you know, I think the man-to-man defense that Johnsburg is putting up now is really strong here.
You don't see a lot of man-to-man, too. It's usually a zone in high school.
Yeah.
You can't change to man-to-man if you feel you're getting beat by a certain guy. If they're able to pass through your zone, then you want a man-to-man help to really lock him down. As you see the officiating and the head coach coming from the Spartans. And a nice D, really preventing any easy inside passes here.
Johnsburg is playing that man-to-man very well. They are staying with them. They're not giving them their little escape out.
And with that, another tough inbound, but this one will successfully get to Bryce Smith. And we'll see what offensive strategies that Johnsburg will implement. Going inside, as you said, but it's not easy to do that when you got a 6'8" junior right by the bucket.
Oh, yeah. And now another turnover.
So after getting a very impressive block, this guy's been all over the place in Kurtwick. Fortunately for the Golden Eagles, Johnsburg gets another crack at it.
And they're definitely coming up on him on that defense. They're not giving him any decent looks.
Absolutely. Pass over, trying to get something going. A tough contested shot from the free throw line. That one no good.
And the big man down with another one.
Yeah, he's been all over the place down low. You've seen his blocks. You see the ability he has, and you have to look at the size matchup here.
Oh, absolutely.
As the three is up and no good there from Schwartz. He'll fight for it. He's surrounded by three guys in the Spartans, and comes down with it.
I'll tell you, that is what I think is giving Johnsburg that trouble underneath is that big man. And
So
without that big man, I don't think Jacobs would be up by 7 right
looking
now.
at the tail of the tape here for Cameron Kurtwick going against Bryce Jordan. Cameron Kurtwick 6'8", Bryce Jordan 6'2". There's a 6-inch differential between the centers, which can really lead in high school if he is dominant enough to a lot of rebounds and a lot of control down low. 30-23 with the Golden Eagles in the lead. I want to apologize for the graphic up top. As we'll take a look at some numbers here in our break. A semi-quiet third for both ends. Nick Whitting has 2 free throws, and Eric Stark has a 3, and that'll do it for them offensively. And 7 have come in for the Golden Eagles. Golden Hawks, rather. Eagles, man, my birds are all over the place. With 3 coming in from Lone Nelson, and 2 from Mason Materna, and 2 from Nick Balcom. So some offense coming in down low, and a 3 from Nelson. We mentioned him getting 11 against Bartlett. He's been a little bit quieter. And the open look will be taken advantage of. That'll be no good. Rebound in favor, though, of the Eagles. The 3 from Schwartz, no good. He's been great that first quarter and cannot connect in that second half. See him right there having a difficult time downtown. A little bit of frustration coming from Schwartz, who's had some open looks but has not been able to complete them. Oh, look at that wink. That's how you know that joke was great. Pass outside. Inside look, and the 3 from Bryce, no good. And the score has remained for the past few minutes here. We got that score up at correctly now at 30-23. Score remains the last few minutes at 30-23. Not a lot has happened in any regard. 30-23. Ooh, the feed inside to Kurtwig, and once you get him that close, it's pretty much just nature that'll hit that one. A very pretty pass, and all he had to do was the simple conversion points. Steal after a couple bodies hit the floor is earned by the Golden Eagles. And they're going to slow things down a bit as they have 14 seconds in what's been a very dominating third quarter defensively. Crowds chanting. The Golden Eagles faithful have been pleased. Taking in the runner, no good, and they're not going to attempt the Hail Mary there. So 32-23 is your score after 3. Let's take a look at the third quarter numbers. A little bit more relaxed for both sides. A combined 5 for the Spartans, 2 from Nick Whitting, and 3 from Eric Stark. And Jacobs has a combined 11. 3 from Lone Nelson, 2 from Cameron, 2 from Nelson Materna, and 2 from Nick Balcom. And Tom, you look at the 6 points combined from the bigs, and you have to notice that for Jacobs, they've been killing it with the big guys down low.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's the difference in this game. Those 9-point lead here is definitely the difference is the big man.
As you mentioned, defensively doing their work and offensively. Johnsburg pretty quiet here from third quarter. They only have one field goal completed, and that was a 3 from Eric Stark. Do you like the looks Johnson's putting off?
You know, I'll tell you, I think they're not getting open, and part of the problem, or part of the reason is Jacobs is tight man-to-man.
Getting a quick point from the cheer squad.
Yeah, I think Jacobs' man-to-man is kind of throwing a curve into Jacobs.
And you see their defense, their man-to-man switch has really not allowed an open jump shot, and that has been, I think, the tale of this third quarter. A really good switch, good coaching, and good versatility shown by the Golden Eagles to be able to switch from a zone to a man-to-man and make it look flawless.
Absolutely.
Nice inside feed to Kurtwig. Once he's that close, it's easy. Another 2. Good pass inside. They're using it more offensively as we get later in this game.
Well, that's what I said. You know, they got to get him involved on the offensive side of this, and they're going to pull it away.
He's 100% from the field. 4 points, and both of it's been easy layups. They've gotten him open.
And he towers over them, being at 6'8". You know, I don't know if I'd want to run in at 250.
Pass out. It's a 34-23 lead in favor of the Golden Eagles. Johnsburg trying to get something going. In the middle of nowhere there was Bryce Jordy. Didn't want to put that one up, though. Whitting getting a screen, putting up the long 2, no good.
Yeah, our people in the truck down outside have got the score switched. Hopefully they can correct that very soon here. Jacobs definitely has the lead, 34-23.
If there was a truck, right?
Well, we got that truck out in the back there, that new production van that we are working with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea we actually had a truck. I thought you were joking.
No, I'm serious. We just acquired that. The Beacon Academy just got that, and make it mobile for us.
It makes moving the tripod way easier. That's good. The TriCaster now has a fan. As the putback is good for Kale and the Golden Eagles. Oh, and that layup falls too, so answering right back. Johnsburg getting the first field goal in a long time.
Yeah, it's getting a little sloppy now.
The deep 3, and there it is.
And I'll tell you again, like we said, you leave Cooper Schwartz wide open, he's going to knock it down.
Well, they've made that mistake several times in this half and have gotten away with it, but, you know, law of averages, eventually he's going to make it hurt.
Yeah, 39-25. John Jacobs is leading with 6:19 in this last quarter.
Yeah, Jacobs running away with it towards the end. I think the biggest credit we can make it, and we'll probably mention this as time goes on, is that change to man-to-man. A very impressive change, and it really has been a majority of the difference for the Eagles. conversations on the sidelines have ended. We got 6:19 left. Jacobs enjoying a 14-point lead with only the remainder of the fourth to go. A very long day, but a fun basketball-filled day for this crew. And fighting out of that press and resulting in a quick, about 6-footer. That is sent through the air there. And Jacobs responding. So an interesting call with that 14-point lead instead of press, but it worked in their favor.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you know, I think Johnsburg's zone up there is not doing its job, because Jacobs is definitely slicing through that.
Absolutely. Another three here from Schwartz. Cooper Schwartz.
It again.
He is on again. 2 back-to-back threes. And I'm a little bit more upset, a little more frustrated in that third quarter. I think that is gone as he is drilling it from downtown. And responding three comes correct. So responding right back will be
Shelton
Joe
again.
and the Spartans. As they respond right back to that three, make this a 42-28 game. The runner no good, the putback is good.
Big man puts it in again.
We're talking about him all night. He's got 6 on the night. And
but you know what? I'll tell you, his presence under the boards is unmeasurable tonight.
another three, another spot, but a different result.
And again, the big man got involved there and helped get that ball back to them. But again, the big man underneath that board, unmeasurable. Even though he's only got 6 points, the rebounds, the offense and defensive rebounds, his presence as he takes a well-deserved break, takes a seat on the bench.
And size certainly is not at a premium for Jacobs, because as he takes a seat, the 6'6", 295 freshman, as he has the ball right now, Joey Price steps in.
Yeah, he just got double teamed there and kind of got sandwiched a little bit.
Price coming in, a freshman, almost at 300 pounds. He's 6'6". That is another huge player you have if you're Jacobs. You have a very deep, big backcourt, front court, rather.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So 44-28. Jacobs looking to take control of tonight's action. If they take a win, they'll get their 10th of the season, as we would conclude the second day of pool play. We have one more day, that's tomorrow. We'll be here, as will both of these teams, as Jacobs takes on Rockford Jefferson. Jacobs getting the last slot of the game again. That three from Schwartz, no good. And we will see this Johnsburg team not get a lot of sleep, as they got to play at 9 a.m. after this one. So they got about 12 hours of no basketball, and they got to get right back at it.
And I think they probably would like it that way. I think that, especially coming off this sizable victory tonight, barring any major disaster, they're going to definitely going to be flying high on this night, and they'll be out here tomorrow morning, bright and early, ready to go, and in the early shoot around, and being home field, home court, I guess you'd say, is not hurting them. We're getting a look at the Zebras right there on the screen, and having a conference, wondering where they're going for dinner tonight, maybe.
It looked like they were cracking jokes in the other game. A very apparently funny group of guys are the officials, doing a great job tonight.
They're definitely doing a great job. I do have to applaud them. The officials are doing a great job. A little tight to start this game out, and then they decided to open it up and let them play.
Take a look at the Jacob Spirit squad. They've been vocal throughout. And you mentioned it, it's all in favor of Jacobs. I apologize for our graphic, as the score is a 44-28 lead in favor of the Golden Eagles. Well, Johnsburg came in with 18 points, and they've only put up 10 in what has been just under 11 minutes of play.
And I'll tell you, it's exciting to watch them play this defense, this man-to-man, because they do it well. Our big man's back in. Both big men are in now.
Both big men are in. So at the 4, you have a 6'6", 295-pound power forward. At the 5, you have a 6'9", 250 center. So you have a pretty big backcourt.
Yeah, you think? I don't think they're going to let him kind of creep in.
The 3 falls there for Tanner Kriesig, and he cuts this lead within 13. He's been quiet since the first quarter.
Now they're trying to press him again.
Yeah, with that 3,
that big man's got some moves.
It's a one-handed pass out to Schwartz. He's gonna bring that in. You're right. You know, it's very mobile, 250-pounder.
Oh yeah.
I have to wonder. Speaking of size, you know, if you're in high school and you got to bring the ball to the hoop, you're running into a combined, just under a combined 540 pounds.
It's like running into a train. Yeah, can you imagine that you know 5'8", 5'9" sophomore going up against him?
Yeah, I can't imagine the college junior and myself going after him, let alone a sophomore in high school.
Exactly. I don't know. The old man and myself, I didn't want to go up against him.
Just under 3 left as that one was last touched by the Spartans. Inside feed, Kuzik, he makes a move and gets it in there.
That's pretty much automatic underneath that board in the paint for him.
Yeah, the game becomes getting him open because once he is, it's pretty textbook. A nice cut and a good layup will fall for Mike Shelton. He's been active throughout. A scrum for the ball here. It'll be corralled by the Golden Eagles.
It's going to be a 3-on-2 if they hurry.
Yeah, I think they'll take the time there. But it would have been, you're right, is Schwartz with some very tight D on him, but he'll work around it. Get the ball to Creed. Oh,
and he's going to get the go to the line, I think.
Kurtwig was met by 4 white and blue jerseys, and he'll earn a trip to the line there. Johnsburg, if they can't pull this one out, as Kurtwig misses the first free throw. Johnsburg, if they can't pull this one out, will fall to 5-5. They entered this tournament at 5-3, but lost to both Rockford Jefferson and would be the Golden Eagles of Jacobs. Fight for the ball. It's corralled and won by Adam Kale. 2:10 left on the shot clock. The alley-oop will be up and in.
Beautiful play.
That's the Kale and number 32. That's the Kale and Balcom connection. Turnaround is blocked there by Kurtwig, and everything seems to be coming up Jacobs.
And with 1:49 left, I think they're just kind of having some fun out there now.
You know, interesting then, if that's the mentality, why aren't there reserves in? Is my first question. You don't want to get someone hurt.
You know, I think with a game being out tomorrow, they want to keep those legs fresh and keep them in that mental mode of game day.
And we'll see, because with this win, Jacobs gets their second win in pool play. Remind you, the pool for this is the first pool in a varsity tournament. It's Jacobs, Bartlett, Johnsburg, Rockford, Jefferson. Rockford, Jefferson, they beat Johnsburg. Jacobs put away Bartlett. So rest assured, tomorrow we'll see Jacobs take on Rockford, Jefferson. Johnsburg will have Bartlett.
Well, Rockford Boylan rumored as being one of the favorites in this tournament.
And what have you seen? I believe you've seen this Bartlett team, right?
Yes,
what
I saw the Bartlett
What have you
team
seen from them?
They played really well today, actually, in their game. They played Rockford Boylan, yeah. You know, it was a completely different team that I saw today than I did earlier when they played Jacobs, because Jacobs had them the first day of the tournament.
So with 1:20, I can remind you that we'll be here tomorrow bright and early alongside with the 9 a.m. Johnsburg Bartlett team. I'm sure it's not fun for anyone on break to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, but
Well, it's not fun for the teacher here to get up and supervise all these students.
so Johnsburg will take on Bartlett at 9. At 10:30, we'll see Marion Central and Grant. 12, Cary Grove and Zion Benton. At 1:30, Prairie Ridge takes on Huntley. At 3, we'll see Lakes take on Crystal Lake South as that turnover will come off the hands of number 50 there, the 295-pounder, Joey. Rockford Boylan will take on South Elgin at 4:30. Barrington and Corliss at 6. And 7:30, Jacobs will go back in their late slot against Rockford Jefferson.
You know, Jacobs has got such a big lead right now, and they're not playing easy. They're still going. They're going full steam at it. I mean, we just saw Anthony Perry dive for a ball with a minute left.
And that's the thing I think that comes with discipline. You know, not letting up, not sleeping on any lead until the final buzzer goes. That's a very favorite coach thing to
keep your foot on the gas pedal always. Yeah, I agree.
And cutting in with a very difficult layup. And will be sent to the line, Anthony Perry. You saw him dive. Perry already getting very physical in this last minute of action. Perry off the scorecard last night, or Saturday rather, so we'll see if he can get his first points of the tournament. And he will. Anthony Perry, a junior, 5'9" guard. And will hit that one as well, extending this lead out to 23 rather. Within a half a minute left, a nice layup, can't fall.
And again, instead of just working it around and wasting the clock, they're still going to the hoop with it.
Yeah, they could have very easily just brought this one back. With the rebound, Joey Price gets it, puts it back up, gets fouled. But you're right, I mean,
16.1 left on the clock, and they're sitting there trying to power to the hoop like it's a tied game.
Yeah, with no shot clock, you very easily could have held on to it.
Oh, sure.
Instead, they want to get that 50.
Oh, we got the big man at on the line now.
Yeah,
and he drops one.
Joey Price at 49, gets 49 points and gets his first point of the night.
I don't know if I'd want to take a charge going against him.
That's almost 300 pounds coming your way.
Oh, yeah, he dropped both of them.
And
nice job.
Get to 50. And Johnsburg won't hold on to it either. Both teams playing it to the very bitter end. And some reserves in now. The shot is up and no good, coming from Daniel Kelly. And with that, Jacobs moves on to a very impressive start of the season at 10-1, and the Johnsburg Spartans fall to 500 at 5-5. A very even start to this contest. Both teams a very close score, but Jacobs ran away with it, Tom, in the second and third. What did they do specifically to build upon and get that big lead?
I think playing with the big man a lot more, getting him more involved underneath to the scoring too, because he really turned it up the second half with putting some buckets in. So that was a big help for them. And then once they got underneath, it opened up the sides for your outside hot shooters who would sit there and drop threes all day if they're wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw them go more towards the high percentage looks as opposed to the three ball. So Jacobs packs up. They have tomorrow Rockford Jefferson, and they look to go perfect in their pool. And then we will then see this Johnsburg team on the bottom of their pool with 2 losses take on Bartlett. It's been a long day here, but we have finished our second day of pool play here at the varsity tournament. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and including the boys and girls that work so hard on this broadcast. I want to thank you, Tom, for accompanying me up here in
no problem.
What I'll call the booth.
And all of us myself, Mr. Erickson, want to thank you for coming in and volunteering your time during this holiday season to come here and call these games. Well, you know, we can't do it without you, and as far as Beacon Academy and our broadcast, we definitely appreciate you taking some time and using your talents for a good cause.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and it's been a great night. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know.
All right, I will definitely be here.
We'll both be back tomorrow on our final day of pool play. Final score, Jacobs 50, Johnsburg 35, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
We're
Thank you.
out.